What if I told you that right now, as you watch this video, artificial intelligence is making decisions about your life without your knowledge? What if the job you've spent years training for is about to vanish? What if the person you're talking to online isn't actually human? This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now, in December 2025. In a corporate office in Hong Kong, a finance worker joined what seemed like a normal video call with their company's CFO and several colleagues. The topic? An urgent, confidential acquisition. After a thorough discussion, the employee authorized 15 transfers totaling $25.5 million. But here's the terrifying part. Every single person on that call, except the victim, was an AI-generated deepfake. The voices, the faces, the mannerisms, all artificial, all fake, all designed to steal millions. This is just one story, one company, one victim. But the truth is far more disturbing. AI isn't just targeting companies anymore. It's coming for your job, your security, your reality itself. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see the world forever. Let me ask you something. Do you feel safe in your job? You shouldn't. Right now, in 2025, we're witnessing the largest workforce displacement in human history. And most people have no idea it's happening. Here's what the data shows. By 2030, just 5 years from now, 30% of current jobs could be fully automated. That's not, might be, or could potentially be. That's a projection based on what's already happening. But it gets worse. Goldman Sachs predicts that AI will impact 300 million jobs across the United States and Europe. 300 million people whose careers, whose livelihoods, whose entire way of life is about to be disrupted. And the speed? It's terrifying. Between 2022 and late 2025, entry-level employment in AI-exposed sectors dropped by 13%. In fields like software engineering and customer service, entry-level jobs fell by roughly 20%. Think about that. In just 3 years, 1 in 5 entry-level positions vanished. Let me give you real examples. Real companies. Real job losses. Google started 2024 with massive layoffs. The CEO didn't explicitly say AI was replacing these workers, but here's what we know. The cuts hit hardest in the ad division, right as Google deployed AI across customer care and ad sales. Coincidence? You decide. Microsoft fired about 6,000 employees in May 2024, mostly programmers. The CEO had previously boasted that about 30% of Microsoft's code was now written by AI. Connect the dots. Duolingo cut 10% of its contractor workforce to pivot to AI translation. The company spokesperson admitted the decision was attributed to AI. They didn't even hide it. Salesforce fired 700 workers in 2024. Their CEO later revealed that AI agents handle approximately 50% of customer service interactions. This allowed them to reduce support staff from 9,000 to 5,000 employees. That's nearly half their support team, gone. And this is just the beginning. Who's most at risk? Here's what keeps me up at night. It's not just factory workers or truck drivers anymore. AI is coming for white-collar jobs. The World Economic Forum predicts that more than 7.5 million data entry jobs will be eliminated by 2027. That's the largest anticipated job loss in any single profession. But data entry isn't alone. 44% of companies using AI anticipate layoffs by the end of 2024. 80% of the US workforce might see at least 10% of their job tasks affected by AI language models. 14% of employees globally, that's 375 million workers, will need to completely change careers by 2030. Let that sink in. Nearly 400 million people will have to abandon their professions and start over. Retrain. Rebuild their lives from scratch. The entry-level apocalypse. But here's the most disturbing part. AI is specifically targeting young workers. A Stanford University study found that employment for workers aged 22 to 25 in AI-exposed sectors dropped 6%, while employment for older workers in the same jobs grew by 6.9%. Why? Because young workers haven't developed the soft skills, the human connections, the experience that makes them harder to replace. Fresh graduates are entering a job market where their dream careers are evaporating before they even get started. One recent graduate with an AI degree saw their starting salary rise 12% in 2025. But their friend with a traditional computer science degree? They can't find work at all. AI is replacing them faster than they can gain experience. The rise of autonomous AI now. Let me tell you about something even more unsettling: autonomous AI agents. These aren't chatbots. They're not assistants. They're digital workers that operate independently, making decisions, taking actions, and completing complex tasks without human oversight. In July 2025, OpenAI launched ChatGPT Agent, a system capable of using its own computer, navigating websites, running code, and creating documents autonomously. This wasn't a demo. It shipped to hundreds of millions of users. Think about what that means. AI can now file your reports, optimize your company's cloud resources, respond to security threats, schedule work across teams, make business decisions. All without asking permission. All without human input. Gartner projects that by 2028, at least 15% of work decisions will be made autonomously by AI. In 2024, that number was 0%. In just 4 years, we're going from no autonomous decisions to 15% of all workplace decisions being made by machines. AI that works while you sleep. Here's what's truly terrifying. These AI systems don't get tired. They don't need breaks. They work 24/7. Anthropic's Claude Opus 4 demonstrated it could work continuously for up to 7 hours on complex tasks without human intervention. 7 hours of focused, productive work on a single problem. Compare that to a human worker who needs breaks, lunch, coffee, sleep. An AI agent working 7 hours straight is just getting started. It can work all night, all weekend, all month. BMW is currently testing humanoid robots in automotive manufacturing plants. These robots could enable 24/7 operations and improve quality on certain tasks. Rio Tinto uses self-driving trucks in their most remote mines worldwide. These trucks never sleep, never take vacations, never ask for raises. The math doesn't lie. The AI market is exploding. The AI agents market is expected to reach $52.6 billion by 2030. That's a compound annual growth rate of around 45%. McKinsey estimates AI will contribute between $2.60 and $4.4 trillion annually to global GDP. Companies aren't investing trillions in this technology just to assist human workers. They're investing to replace them. When a technology can save a company millions in salaries, benefits, and training costs while working faster and longer than any human, why wouldn't they make the switch? The reality no one talks about. Here's the uncomfortable truth. 86% of companies expect AI-driven transformation by 2030. They're not talking about using AI as a tool. They're talking about transformation, restructuring, reimagining their entire workforce. And here's the kicker. Most employees have no idea this is coming. 30% of workers fear their job will be replaced by AI by 2025, but the reality is far worse than their fears. Only 32% of employees feel their company has been transparent about its use of AI. 55% of workers believe AI will eliminate more jobs than it creates. They're right to be worried, but they're underestimating the scale. When reality becomes fake. Remember that Hong Kong story from the beginning? The $25.5 million deepfake scam? That's not an isolated incident. That's the new normal. Deepfake fraud cases surged 1,740% in North America between 2022 and 2023. Financial losses exceeded $200 million in Q1 2025 alone. Let me put that in perspective. 1,740% increase. Not 17%, not 170%, 1,740%. And the technology is getting terrifyingly good. Voice cloning now requires just 20-30 seconds of audio. Half a minute. That's less time than your voicemail greeting. Convincing video deepfakes can be created in 45 minutes using freely available software. Think about that. In the time it takes to watch a TV show, someone can create a perfect digital clone of you saying or doing anything they want. The deepfake economy. Here's what's even scarier. There's now an entire economy built around deepfakes. After an estimated 500,000 deepfakes circulated in 2023, that number is projected to hit 8 million by the end of 2025. That's a 900% annual growth rate. The price? A good quality deepfake video costs between $300 and $20,000 per minute. Complex projects involving famous people command prices at the higher end. But the real money isn't in creating deepfakes. It's in using them for fraud. In 2024, businesses lost an average of nearly $500,000 per deepfake-related incident. Large enterprises experienced losses up to $680,000. Identity fraud using deepfakes surged by an incredible 3,000% in 2023. The attacks are getting sophisticated. Fraudsters have become incredibly sophisticated. Here's how they operate. Step 1. They gather data about you from social media, company websites, LinkedIn. Step 2. They create an AI voice clone using a sample from a video or podcast. Step 3. They study your company's hierarchy and financial processes. Step 4. They strike, often pretending to be a CEO or CFO requesting urgent wire transfers. Ferrari's CEO was targeted by AI voice clones that perfectly replicated his southern Italian accent. The call was only stopped because an executive asked a question only the real CEO would know. Similar attempts targeted WPP's CEO and numerous other executives worldwide. It's not just companies. But corporate fraud isn't the worst part. Deepfakes are being used for non-consensual pornography. AI-generated sexual images of Taylor Swift reached 47 million views before removal. Political manipulation. 82 cases of political deepfakes across 38 countries from mid-2023 to mid-2024. Romance scams. Victims lose life savings to AI-generated partners. Identity theft. Criminals bypass security systems using deepfaked biometric data in South Korea. About 297 deepfake sex crime cases were reported in just 7 months of 2024, nearly double the total for 2021. Telegram. Nudify. Bots in Korea reached approximately 4 million monthly users by late 2024. The detection problem. Here's the terrifying truth. We can't reliably detect deepfakes anymore. Human detection rates for high-quality video deepfakes are just 24.5%. That means humans can spot fakes only about 1 in 4 times. Eye detection tools perform well on scene data but fail on newer or adversarial deepfakes. Audio deepfake detectors achieve about 88.9% accuracy in controlled settings, but that accuracy degrades significantly under adversarial conditions. And the technology is improving faster than our ability to detect it. What happens next? So where does this lead us? Let me paint you a picture of what's already happening and what's coming next. In the next 5 years, AI will make autonomous decisions in 15% of workplaces. 375 million workers will need to change careers completely. 30% of current jobs will be fully automated. Deepfakes will be indistinguishable from reality by 2030. AI could automate 50% of all jobs. The AI market will exceed $800 billion. Every major industry will be fundamentally transformed. Traditional identity verification methods will be obsolete. The skills that matter. But here's the question everyone's asking. How do you survive this? The World Economic Forum lists the top skills for 2025. Analytical thinking and innovation, critical thinking and analysis, creativity, originality and initiative, leadership and social influence, complex problem solving. Notice a pattern? These are all uniquely human skills. Things AI can't replicate, yet. Jobs requiring physical presence are safer. Nurses, therapists, construction workers, skilled tradespeople. Nurse practitioners are projected to grow by 52% from 2023 to 2033. Healthcare roles will grow by 15% by 2030 because AI improves diagnostics but can't replace human care. Agriculture jobs are expected to increase by 30%, about 30 million jobs, because AI can't replicate manual labor in complex outdoor environments. The human-AI partnership myth companies love to talk about human-AI partnership and augmentation instead of replacement, but the data tells a different story. 37% of companies using AI in 2023 admitted the technology replaced workers because they were no longer needed. When Salesforce reduced their support team from 9,000 to 5,000, they called it transformation. The 4,000 people who lost their jobs probably have a different word for it. Yes, 91% of companies using AI say they'll hire new employees in 2025. But look closer. They're hiring AI specialists, data scientists, machine learning engineers. They're not hiring back the customer service reps, the data entry clerks, or the junior programmers they fired. The wage collapse here's something nobody wants to talk about. Even if you keep your job, AI might destroy your salary. As AI makes individual workers more productive, it creates an oversupply of labor. More people can do the same job, which pushes wages down. Entry-level positions that haven't been eliminated entirely are seeing falling salary expectations. Why pay someone $60,000 when AI can help them do twice the work, so you only need half as many people? This is the dark side nobody discusses. You might keep your job, but you might have to accept 30-40% less pay to compete with AI-augmented workers. The control problem, but wages and jobs aren't the biggest concern. The real question is, who controls the AI? Right now, AI development is concentrated in a handful of companies: OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, Anthropic, Meta. These companies are making decisions that will affect billions of lives. And they're moving at breakneck speed. In 2025 alone, OpenAI released multiple major model updates. GPT-5 featured a 400,000 token context window. Claude Opus 4 could work for 7 hours autonomously. Open source models from China matched Western capabilities. The gap between what AI can do and what regulations allow is growing wider every day. The European Union's AI Act entered force in August 2024, but enforcement is complex and slow. The United States has no comprehensive federal AI legislation. Multiple bills are pending, but Congress moves slowly while AI accelerates exponentially. The choice we face. So here's where we are in December 2025. AI is replacing hundreds of thousands of jobs right now. Autonomous systems are making decisions without human oversight. Deepfakes are stealing millions. The technology is accelerating faster than society can adapt. And here's the uncomfortable truth: we can't stop it. The genie is out of the bottle. The technology exists. Companies have invested trillions. The transformation is already underway. But we can choose how we respond. What you need to do: first, accept that change is coming. Denial won't protect you. The ostrich strategy, burying your head in the sand, will leave you vulnerable and unprepared. Second, invest in skills AI can't replicate: creativity, emotional intelligence, complex problem solving, physical skills, human connection. Third, learn to work with AI, not against it. The people who learn to leverage AI as a tool will have an advantage over those who resist it. Fourth, stay vigilant about deepfakes and AI fraud. Verify unusual requests through multiple channels. Create family code words for emergency calls. Question anything that seems too urgent or emotional. Use AI detection tools when possible. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, investigate. Fifth, advocate for regulation. Push your representatives to create sensible AI policies. We need guardrails before the technology outpaces our ability to control it. The real question. The question isn't whether AI will take over. It's already happening. The question is, will we adapt in time? Will we prepare the next generation for an AI-driven economy? Will we create new opportunities as old jobs disappear? Will we ensure AI benefits humanity rather than just corporate profits? Or will we sleepwalk into a future where millions are unemployed, deepfakes destroy trust, and autonomous systems make decisions we don't understand? Final thoughts. I started this video with a question. What if AI is making decisions about your life without your knowledge? By now, you know the answer. It already is. AI decides whether you get a loan, whether you're hired for a job, what news you see, what prices you pay, who you talk to online. And every day, it's making more of these decisions. The takeover isn't coming, it's here. The question is, what are you going to do about it? If this video opened your eyes to the AI revolution happening right now, hit that like button and subscribe. Share this with everyone you know, they need to see this. And in the comments, tell me, do you feel safe in your job? Are you worried about AI? What steps are you taking to prepare? Because this conversation, it's just getting started. Thanks for watching, stay vigilant, and I'll see you in the next one.